what if you could manifest even if you didn't believe in the law of attraction? What if it would still work even if you couldn't visualize, or you didn't think that making vision boards, you just thought that was for the fairies? What if you were a complete skeptic and it still worked? That was the task, that was the experiment I set myself after probably more than 25 years of immersing myself in studying, being taught, teaching and writing about, and practicing in my daily life the law of attraction as it is commonly taught. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. It does work, but not in the way that it's traditionally understood and taught. And the reason I've come to that conclusion isn't to try and be some smart aleck and prove everybody else wrong. I desperately, desperately wanted them to be right. And on so many counts, they are. But you don't need all of that, I'm going to call it hocus pocus stuff, the visualizing and the believing and getting it just right and getting your vibrations to the right level to make it work. Now, I really wanted it to work, as I say, and my own experience, and you may say that's not scientific enough, but I can't find anybody who has the experience I was looking for, is that at best it was unreliable, inconsistent. Occasionally, something magical definitely happened in my life, and sometimes I really couldn't explain it. And it was like, yay, I attracted it. I did that with a Mercedes once, and all the money. I bought it outright. The money just appeared in my bank account for no reason, and I have never, ever, ever found out why. I did try to, and I couldn't. So, another story for another day. But that was amazing. And I did want a Mercedes, and I had been using a vision board, and I had been trying to manifest one in the traditional ways. It didn't come in on time. It was a few months late, and I was managing on a car that was on its last legs. But I still got my Mercedes and the money. It was amazing. That would be fine if the next time I wanted something, I could have produced a similar result using the same techniques. That's how laws work, right? They're scientifically provable. The law of gravity is going to work every day on every planet in the entire universe, or every physical body in the entire universe. Stars have gravity. As we know, that's what black holes causes black holes, immense gravity. Gravity's always going to work. We don't have to believe in it. We don't have to do anything to make it happen. So I went back to the drawing board because I didn't want to throw the law of attraction out. That was too painful. It was like, I'm sure we have some control over our own destiny. So it didn't make sense that we would just be subject to luck and fate and accidents of birth and what have you. To some extent, of course, all of those things play some kind of part. My job, if you like, was to sift out one from the other. Now, my starting point was the human mind, because that was my profession. So I know you're looking at two of me, and don't worry, you don't need new spectacles or anything. What you're looking at here is a course that I put together quite recently. Well, it depends obviously when you're watching this video, but it's pretty much up to date, where I will show you how to manifest your life's desires and dreams without all that hocus pocus stuff. No techniques required. We have the power in our own minds, but to do that we have to really dig deep into some concepts. Now, when I say deep, it doesn't mean difficult. This is not hard to understand philosophy or anything. I've just been kind of Sherlock Holmes with the rules. So, and I've called it Manifesting Demystified, as you can see. So I thought I would just take a few minutes to show you around the inside of this program, because actually, if you stick with me, I'm giving it away at a ridiculously low price at the moment as well. So that's another reason why I thought I'd record this now. So I'm going to blow my own trumpet here. If you don't want to know, that's fine. You can click away. But first of all, I looked at why do we have this need to manifest stuff in the first place? We desire things and then think, I want that. It's a strong pull. What is that about? Because if we knew what the energy was behind that, we harnessed that. And I can't find, or never did find, any law of attraction book or course teaching about that that's the seed of it. That's where it starts. That if we didn't have the desire, we wouldn't bother. I don't see my cat doing this. Well, when she wants food, but she knows how to get that. And then she goes back to sleep or goes out. I don't know what she does then, right? But so we, human beings, we have these strong desires, and there's a psychology behind that. Because if we knew that we could just get what we want, we wouldn't worry about the law of attraction or anything else. We would just go out and get it, right? And I guess that is what we do with some stuff. If you have some spare money in the bank and you want to treat yourself to, I don't know, a holiday, and you can afford it, you just go and book the holiday. You don't think, oh, I must attract that. We only want to attract the things that we feel are out of reach or somehow not available to us. And so that's what the roots of desire looks at. Then we look at what reality itself is. Because one of the things that I struggled with for a long time was, well, if I say that we're creating reality, where's the boundary line? Because I don't think I'm creating the sun and the moon and the stars and the trees and the grass in my garden even. I don't think that's me. I don't even think I know how to grow my own fingernails. Right? Pretty sure I don't. They grow anyway. So I had to look at what reality actually is and what it is that we are capable of creating and what's not our business. Because there are laws of the universe, I don't know what you believe in, it doesn't matter. This is not a religious course or program. It doesn't matter what you believe. You don't have to believe anything. But it is clear to me, as Michael Neal once said, and I love Michael Neal, that I'm not running the show. We are not running the show. I don't know. I want to say I don't know where I came from. And you're going to say, well, didn't your parents tell you anything? Yeah, I know that bit. But I still don't understand how people come from mums and dads getting together and turn into people, individual persons with dreams and ambitions and skills and talents and looks and all the rest of it. We don't seem to have anything to do with that. So this is a deep dive into how reality works so that we know what we are capable of creating and what we can do and what we can control. And you can, but you're not going to create the sun and the moon and the stars and the trees and the planets. That's not for us. That's already done. Thank goodness. That would be a big responsibility. And so then let's kind of loop back and look at what we really want. Why are we doing this in the first place? And when you understand that, then you get the keys to manifestation. Because if you say, well, I really do want a red Ferrari, well, yeah, but let's look at the lottery. That's easier. I want to win the lottery. So every week, millions of people buy tickets and they all want to win the lottery. The winners are really not based on who's visualizing the best or getting the technique right. Really, there's no evidence that that's what's going on. Or tennis. I like tennis. So, they get to the final of Wimbledon or some big tournament. The two players both believe they can win and both desperately badly want to win. Are we saying that the one who believes the best is always going to turn out to be the winner? No. Sometimes you can't put that, you can't find a difference between them, right? It can't be based on that. So we need to look at what we really want and how we can, in fact, manifest that. I have everything that I want. I do. I didn't used to. My life was really, really miserable for many, many years. That's why I started studying the law of attraction in the first place. I couldn't find love. I was either lonely or having my heart broken by people dumping me. I was always on the verge of being broke, despite having decent jobs, and I just could not figure out money. And my health was okay. I have to say, health, touch wood, it's always been pretty good. But those love and money are big issues, and they were always out of whack in my life. Now I've been happily married since 2006 to a fantastic woman, beautiful, inside and out, I have money in the bank, and I'm doing what I love for a living. So I figured it out. This is working. And then we look at thought itself. What is going on? Because there's a lot of stuff about positive thinking and managing our thoughts and so on. And one of the things that you can't do, and it took me years and years and years to discover this, and it's so simple. It's like, oh no, of course, is you can't do that. You can't say I'm only going to think positive thoughts, because you don't know what you're going to be thinking 10 seconds or 10 minutes or 10 days from now. You can't predict what your mind will do. Sure, you can then do something to manage a negative thought when it comes in, and that's what this is about. Right? But trying to stop your mind from thinking negative thoughts is like trying to hold a cork under water. You will eventually fail. You have to let go. And so I look at all of that and how this works. Now, the 3 bonus videos, I re-summarized the whole process because I sent this course out to some people to review it, and some questions came back which were really, really good questions from those reviewers. And so these 3 videos summarize the whole program. I really suggest you don't jump to them, but once you've watched the whole program, then these will be excellent reminders. So right now, the course, which is called Manifesting Demystified, there it is on offer. It's on a massively reduced price. You won't find another course like this anywhere else. You can't buy it anywhere else. It's my program. If you like the way I teach and you like, what I've just told you, then I urge you to get hold of this. The sales page looks like this. After 30 years of frustration, I finally discovered the truth about how anyone can manifest their dream life without visualizing, meditating, or even believing in the law of attraction. And I've said, what if manifesting was as easy as ordering pizza? Because it actually is. If you can pick up the phone and say, I want a spicy hot one or whatever, then you can do this too. It really should be that simple. It's not just for gurus and saints. This is for everybody. So I know I've blown my own trumpet here a bit, but I just wanted you to know that's available to you. I will put the link in the description below. I may even put it on this video. I think it'll go. No, I don't know. That's, I never know, because I'm looking at the camera and it's reversed. I think it'll go that side. There'll be a link, but there'll be a link in the description below. Go and check it out. So hope that's helpful. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, of course, just put them in the comments. You can always contact me. I do answer. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.